robotics, drones, and precision healthcare, Amy recruits CEOs and direct reports for the moonshots as they transition from the lab into standalone entities. Before transitioning to Google, Amy was a partner in the San Francisco office of TrueSearch, where she spent 8 years as a managing director at Taylor Winfield and employee number 1 in California for Kindred Partners, a boutique executive search firm in New York. Early in her career, Amy pioneered a portfolio approach to human capital as employee number 20 at Garage.com. Her War for Talent keynote address was the basis for the human capital section of Guy Kawasaki's 2005 book, The Art of the Start. Amy is also an advocate for urban education reform. She was a founding board member at Envision Education, a charter management organization founded by fellow SFC alum Bob Lenz, 86, and funded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. She is now an emeritus member of the Envision Education Board. Amy is an occasional speaker at Bay Area business schools presenting the top 10 candidates lies. She has been a guest columnist for VentureBeat and is regularly quoted in the San Jose Mercury News, Business Week, MSNBC, Fast Company, and Wired, among other technology publications. Amy started her professional life as a sports writer, very, very interesting, covering prep sports in Contra Costa County. She wrote the Take Aim column for the Concord Transcript and was awarded the Contra Costa Press Club Best Sports Feature Award in '89 for her coverage of women's Olympic wrestling. After a 3-year career as a sports journalist, Amy was awarded a fellowship at the Center for California Studies in Sacramento. She spent a year at the state capitol working for the Fair Political Practices Commission, where she published a 1981 report on the impact of independent expenditures on statewide elections. A Bay Area native, Amy followed in her father Mike Vernetti's class of '67 footsteps and graduated from St. Mary's in 1990, where she attended on an NCAA Division I basketball scholarship. An avid Gales athletic fan, Amy can frequently be seen cheering the Gales on to victory, both courtside in the Cuban Pavilion and on the rugby field, speaking on leadership panels on campus and even recruiting recent graduates to Google. In 2009, Amy was named one of the 40 most influential alumni of St. Mary's College. Perhaps there is no better testament to Amy's connection and loyalty to St. Mary's and her continuing the family legacy and sending both of her children, Nate and Maddie, to
So Amy is a very principled person. One of the things that she feels passionate about is diversity in the workplace. I think it's an element that she brings that we can always improve upon, even at X.
Google X, or now formerly Google, now it's just X, is essentially an innovation lab where we have multiple early stage R&D projects that are trying to do something good for the world on one hand, but we also want to turn it into real businesses. Amy has developed great relationships with everybody on the X team. She works really closely with us. She moves very, very quickly when a need is identified. It's incredible how well networked she is.
What her superpower is this, it's a matchmaking process, but it's also just understanding what you actually really want. So when we tell her, for instance, what kind of person we might have in mind, she will really get out of us like what we really want as opposed to what we're telling her.
The more that technology proliferates everything we do, the ability to communicate around that technology becomes more important than ever. And the ability to understand it and synthesize information and build relationships, all these things that technology does for us now.
I would say the highlights of Amy is that she's tenacious, she's bold, she's not afraid to push back or speak her mind or just really get in there and stalk people and get things done in the most positive way possible.
She really is a valuable member of the Dean's Advisory Board, advising me, the faculty of the school, about strategic directions of the future of our SIBA, and as well as curriculum and program issues, so that our students have relevant working knowledge about the profession they're getting into.
Well, of course, you can always see Amy sitting courtside supporting Yale athletics as a former student athlete herself. But her connection to St. Mary's goes way deeper than that. I've been really impressed to see how she comes back to campus to support current students through talking on leadership panels or recruiting students to come work with her as well, which is always great for our current students to see alumni back on campus in that way. Also, she's a part of a legacy family. She followed in her dad's footsteps to come here to St. Mary's and sent her own children here as well. In the alumni office, we see legacy families as the greatest endorsement St. Mary's can have.
I met her at a leadership talk that she was presenting, and someone told me, you have to meet this woman named Amy Vernetti. She's awesome, and I told them about all the career kind of ups and downs I had. And so I went up to her after and I said, hi Amy, introduced myself, told her a little bit about myself, and she said, okay, reach out to me sometime this week. So I spoke to her about how my career was going at the time and everything, and then a month later she called me and kind of similar to Kennedy was like, hey, would you like to come on board? So yeah, she's mentored me throughout my last, I don't know, few months of my career.
Even when you're in the business world, when you meet gals, it's just, there's this natural bond because you have this common understanding that, okay, we're going to treat each other with respect and we're going to be kind and we're going to be friendly and yes, we're going to get some business done, but we're also going to just do the right thing. So there's just sort of that built-in understanding. So it makes it all kind of a pleasure.
One of the really exciting things about seeing Amy get this award is that she joins a small but influential group of only 3 alumni in the history of St. Mary's College that have won this award. So we're excited to have her join the club.
St. Mary's is not a household name in Silicon Valley, and it should be, but it's not. And so that's just yet another role that I want to play, which is helping us understand that Silicon Valley needs liberal arts majors like never before. And the good news is that the environment understands that. It's just that we've got to begin connecting those dots, and we need to do a better job of that because there are, we've sort of got this deluge of Cal and Stanford alums everywhere, and then there's a few St. Mary's people, and there's no reason it should be like that. And so I think little by little, we're starting to build a connective tissue in Silicon Valley, and because I think we have a lot to add.
So, let's see, first of all, it's clear just from my fellow awardees that I don't deserve this award. I have this group of people here. I've got firefighters and special ed teachers and social activists, and my daughter who's gonna teach special ed. These people are doing far more good in the world than I will ever do, but I'm gonna accept this award happily and aggressively for all the women who have deserved to win awards and win elections, who did it. Ball footballs out of the air. This was the 10 and up team. I mean, just to be in the same sentence as Warren Parker, I have to say. So as I tried to say in the little talk is, I'm in Silicon Valley, okay? It's like I got technology people surrounding me. And I have to tell you that the success I've had is really because of my liberal arts background. We come here to St. Mary's and we talk about the great books, and we learn to data today is zeros and ones. When we were at school was the great. Okay, data is still the great books. We need to read this information. We need to learn our history. We need to evaluate and analyze the information, and then we need to be able to communicate about it. Okay, so now is the time, more relevant and more important than ever. So anyway, all I'm saying is we need to be proud about our St. Mary's liberal arts tradition and celebrate it and help each other and succeed together. I think that's the idea. And then I'll just leave you with one more idea, because I came here scholarship. I think what's important is competition and the purity of competition. And I think one of the things that's wrong in our society today is that we don't have a level playing field. And so for all the white men out there, if you are succeeding and you're getting promotions in the world, think to yourself, do I want to compete on a level playing field with 50%? Reflect society. Like, let's give each other a fighting chance. We're about to go watch St. Mary's play against Pepperdine. Okay, this is the WCC, it's a mid-major. This is not, we're not talking about Duke or North Carolina where everything is, all the competition is artificial or inflated. We're talking about the best that NC2A athletics has to offer. And I would just say to you that if you're in the business world and seek out a level playing field, find women to compete against, because your success will be that much better if you compete against women and people of color and you win anyway. If you are competing against only half of half of our society, it's not the victory that it ought to be. So please leave this room, go out and seek out competition, a level playing field. Find women and people of color